Right, so I've been through it with Steez and Scribble, how to build this, so I know how to do it for the video. So I don't have the Der Burger pack, which is what you'd use for the window, the rotor, and also the skids, right? So I'm just going to be using wooden pieces, but you can use pretty much whatever you want. Destroy this, get the materials, and go. So I'm in expert mode, so I've obviously got these ladders and stuff down. And what you want to do is get 2 car jacks. And then what you want to do is you want to place a piece that you can destroy later on. One on top of the other like that. You want to get a thruster. Pop that on upside down. Now you can use free materials, but ideally, if you have them, you want to use the Beachside Boulevard pack. So you want to get your 8x8. You want to connect it upside down. Like that. Put another one behind it. Then you want to get your 8x4. Do the same thing. You want to come to the top. Get your 8x8. Now you want to snap it off of this one. Put it in place. Another 8x8. And then finally an 8x4. Easy Steezy's been too good to me. He's put out all of these instructions all around, which is why you can see all these random parts. So if you see me running off, that's what I'm doing. I'm just checking, coming back, building it, and making it easy for you to understand. All right, and these are all different tail options that you can do, but we will just focus on the main one. So now what we want to get is our 12x2 and a 6x2. I'm going to put a 12x2 set back by 1. Then snap your 6x2 onto that. Do the same thing this side. Get your 12x2. Set back by 1. And then your 6x2 snapping onto that. And then same thing on top. Now, as we go throughout this build, you can use this technique everywhere. Like he's done here. So he's got the upside down bits on the bottom of here and the bottom of here. I'm not going to do that because it just makes it more complicated. But if you know how to do that, then you can. But it looks just as good without that, okay? Alright, so now we've got our base down. Should be looking like that. Now when it comes to the front, we're going to build up our 2x6s up by 3 on both sides. And then we've got an 8 piece there, right? So I'll show you how to do that now. So we get our 6 pieces, put them right at the end, build them up by 3, and do the same thing here. Again, built up by 3. Now I want to get our 8 pieces. You want to set that flush with the front, build that up by 3. Now once you've done that, I'm going to place 6 of the 2x6 pieces going up offset by 1, right? And this will be with your window material. So because I don't have the Der Burger set, the next best thing, you can either use the Pleasant Park floor, or I'm going to use the Shogun Palace floor. So you can do your first one in line, right? I might as well just do all of them just so you can see what I've done. So it'll look like that. Then you want to do 5 more offset by 1, okay? So offset by 1, offset by 1, offset by 1, offset by 1. So that should give you a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Then again this side, so 1 more, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again totaling 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now these front pieces will be the same thing, but they won't line up with each other. They'll be slightly offset. So you're going to go back by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, making a total of 6. So as you can see, there's 6 there. Now for the back, you want your 8x2 and you want more 6x2s. Right, so now we want to get our 2x8 piece. And then we're going to put a 2x6 snap onto that. That's 1. You want to do 2 and 3 and have them offset. And then we'll do another one offset, another one flush, another one flush. Right, and then we'll do that again this side. So again, it's 8x2. And then a 2x6. And then we do another one offset, another one offset, another one offset, and then 2 above that. That should give us 1, 2, 3 at an angle and 3 normally. We want to do offset by 1, 6 piece. Offset by 1, another 6 piece. So now we want to do an offset by 2, an 8 piece. So it touches there. And then offset by 1, a 12 piece. I'll show you that again. So 6-piece offset by 1, another 6-piece offset by 1, an 8-piece offset by 2, so they meet up there, and then a 12-piece offset by 1. See you later, buddy.
Bye, Daddy.
Drive safe, have fun. Look at Daddy, you got something in your nose. Right, so now we need to fill the back in. So if you're just going to match exactly what's already there, like so. Until we get to that point there. And then again, up 1 and offset, up 1 and offset. So it should look like that. So these ones here are all offset by 1. And when it comes to the top, it misaligns with that again by 1. Right now, so working back from the front because it's easy to line up, offset it by 1 with your 8x4 block. And then you want to put an 8x8 block there. You can see how that all lines up like stairs. And then you want to get your 8x2 and place that there. Well, that's how that should look. Right, now get a 16x2 piece. Well, they're all pretty much by 2, so I'll just say 16 piece. Line it up in the middle. And you want to build up 3 of those. Like so. Then you want to come to the back and then get a 6x2. Get your 6x2 pieces and butt them up like that. And you want to do 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to get your 12x2 piece, put it either side, button up to that. Then you want to get your 8 piece, and again, center, butt up with that. So now you're going to use your 2x6 pieces. You want to butt it up to the top there. You want to build that down by 4. Then you want to offset it by 1. Then you want to put a brown piece, which you're going to break. Snap a 6 next to it. And do what I'm doing on screen. Offset them by 1. Offset that by 1. Place a brown piece on there. Snap onto that. Now you want to get your thruster, and it should just snap right in there like so. We're going to do it again on the other side. So on line with the top, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to offset it by 1. Put a brown piece beneath it. Go onto the side of that. Another one. Then you want to go over like that. On top of this one, you want to offset it. Go up again by 4, so you're in line with the other one. And then go up, offset it. Snap onto that, offset it. Place a brown piece on top of one of these. And then snap onto that one. Put your thruster in the middle. You can go along and break your brown pieces because they're only temporary. And if you did follow it correctly, because I messed it up the first few times, it should look like this. So now make your way to the tail. You want to get your 2x6 in line with... Oh no, I've missed a step here. So now you're going to get your 2x8 piece, make your way back to the tail. And the bottom one, set it in flush, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're offsetting it by 2 every time. And you want to place 4 of those. You're going to do the same thing with the top. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But here's where it's different. You want to set it off by 1, and you want to build 8 of them. So you've already got a first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And they should line up from end to end. Now you're going to get your 6x2 pieces. You want to fit it flush with the top one and build it out like that. And put another one below it. And then snap another one there and below that as well. So I'll show you again. You get your 6x2. Flush it with the top. Put one below it. And just build them both out by an extra piece. Now the way that I do this next bit, to get another 6x2, I'll do it in browns to stop the confusion. And then I'm going to put my thruster on there. You get your 6x2 piece. You want to snap it onto that. And then you want it offset by 1. So it sticks out just beyond it by 1, like you see there. There you go. 2 offset, 2 offset. And the same on the top. 2 offset, 2 offset. Break your piece. And that's now done, right? So we're going to do the same on the other side. So put whatever piece you want on there, roughly in the right area. Put your thruster on. Snap onto these. You want it to be in line with the bottom of it, and then offset by 1. Snap it back, and snap it back. And then you should again be able to destroy your piece. Now, if anything's misaligned, the trouble you'll run into is it will be very unbalanced. It will just fly like it's on the piss. So the best thing to do is make sure you put everything as it should be, just to prevent any problems. So now that's the tail done, we need to work on the bottom. So in order to work on the bottom, we just want to connect the build to this jack here, and then break this one so it's still floating there. Now that you've got it still floating, we need to create a snapping location for the bottom. So you want to get your 2x12 piece, line up in the middle, offset it by 1, and then line up with that one, go 1 2 3 4 5, and same the other side, 1 2 3 4 5. Now once you've done that, you want to get a pillar and snap it to this little gap at the back here. It's very fiddly, but you can do it. There we go. So you want to get it right in the gap that we created. Now you want to put your thruster on there, come over to your fence piece, line it up with the bottom of that thruster. It'll be very fiddly to do, but once you've done that, you want to move it into this position here, do another one next to it, and same on the other side. Now you want to get your temporary fence piece, snap it on, again snap it on, go back to the piece that we're going to keep, put that next to it, and then one more temporary one, one more temporary one, then your normal piece, and then again your normal piece. Right, so now we've got those. You can remove this pillar, put a pillar standing up normally, doesn't really matter where, just anywhere. So you're now going to use that to get your snap location for the legs. Find the leg piece that you want, get it in a 2x12, use your pillar to line up the height, and then just set it in the middle of that, like so. So it should look like that. Then again, do it on the other side. It'll be easier the other side because you can just snap to this and move it out, and then snap it on, snap it on again. Right, so that's our skids now. So if we're going to destroy that, destroy the temporary pieces. So now we have our legs, okay? So what we want to do next, we're more or less there, but what we're going to do now, we can put some turning thrusters on the inside. So we're going to get the small ones. As you can see here, Steez in Scribble has covered them up. So if you look inside, he sort of covered them up a little bit. If you want to cover it up more, you can put a desk there. You can put more slab pieces in to cover it up if you want. I'm not gonna, because I don't mind having the exposed flames inside. I like to live life on the edge a little bit. So we're just gonna pop them in the middle somewhere, close to the edge as we can get it. 2. Now the reason it's good to have them exposed is because it makes it a lot easier to repair or change the button settings if you need to. So you want to make sure that they're even there. All right, so now we've got those. We need to put the wings on for us to walk on the helicopter. Okay, you want to get your 12 piece. Now on the bottom, you want to flush it with the back, and then you get your 8x2 piece, put that on there, and then get your 6x2 piece and put it on there. Now come around to the other side and do the same thing. 12x2, 8x2, again all in the center, 6x2. Now the next step, you probably guessed, is you just fill out the top. So it can be a bit fiddly because it wants to go all sorts of ways. 12x2, 8x2, 6x2, 12x2, 8x2, that's in the wrong place, 6x2. So now you've got your way just to walk in and out nice and easily. So now we're going to go onto the top. So now we want to find the middle. Now what you need for this is a table. I'm going to use the Tatooine counter. Just put that in the middle. That's not in the middle. In the middle. Right, so now we've got that in the middle. I'm going to show you the other options that you have that you can use. All of these tables that Steez and Scribbles laid out here is ones that you can put. These are all tables that you can put your slabs on. Okay. So anyway, we'll go up here. Now again, I don't have the Durburger slabs, so I'm just going to use the Shogi Palace ones. Yeah, Sugi, however you say it. And what you want to do is you want to get your 16 one, and then a 6 piece. All right. Just put them on like so. Right. I'm going to wait till daytime. You can't really see it that well, so just see you in a sec. Right, we are back and it's daytime, so straight back into it. So I've got a 6x2 piece here. You want to put a 6x2 on it, and then one to the side, either left or right. Doesn't matter, as long as they're all equal. Right, so now that we've done that, we're going to get a 4x4 piece. There is a Durburger one that matches. I don't have that, so I'm just going to use this stone piece here. Actually, is there a wood piece I can use that matches better? Okay, we'll go with this one then. And just pop it, covering them like that. So I think for the actual helicopter build, I know it looks strange with all the brown, but I think that is actually it. All it is now is the rest of your thrusters and your balancing. So I'm going to copy what Steez and Scribble's done here. Since the update, they've actually added activated balloons, so don't worry about the thrusters for now. You don't need them. In a bit, you'll see where we put the activated balloons, so just put some on top and don't worry about the thrusters on the bottom. Now it's got 4 big turning thrusters here, and as long as they're placed in the same area, then it'll be balanced. So let's just try and do that. Let's just do that, just hanging off that bottom block. Same this side. I'm going to snap onto there, align it, and then move up until it turns green. So that'll be there. Do the same this side. So make it line up with that, and then just keep going until it turns green. There we go. Now we've got those. You've got the 2 forward thrusters, and then the 4 that go left and right. There's also the 4 on the inside, which I've got there. To keep it balanced, you can put a chest in the back, or you can have some seats and things. You can make it 4-seater, possibly. It might be a bit of a squeeze, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to make it a 1-seater. Up in the middle, somewhere there, so it's easy to get access to. Right, we are back with Easy Steezy. How's it going?
Good. Ready to get some helicopters in the air.
And these, really quickly, are some other designs. I'll just skim through them so we can get straight to the balancing. Very, very nice.
Here we go.
Right, so those balloons there on the new channel, what they're doing is they're basically allowing us to go up without needing thrusters, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So there's none on the bottom anymore, or the bottom of the tail. Don't really need them. We've just got our new activated balloons, and then the balloons that are on the the balloons that are actually on the fuselage. There, so you don't plummet to the ground and let the helicopter break.
So that makes it so much easier, and also now, because before to go forwards you'd have to do left and right at the same time to go forwards, whereas now you can have one channel for turning, one channel for turning the other way, one channel for going straight, and then just the balloons for going up. Which actually you could still use thrusters on a 4th channel, but why would you?
Yeah, you can, definitely. I guess it'll just add more power. You'll just get to the top more quickly. Sometimes when I've been dropping the helicopters, sometimes the thrusters don't work. So
yeah, I noticed that. That's one of the problems I had with my one. I don't know why.
You just had to exit in and out. Yeah, and then usually everything resets and it's good to go again. So we're gonna need 2 for the tail to start off with. Then normally I just start on the blades, just because it's usually the furthest point. And always try to make them even.
Yeah. And the slightest stud out and it causes a big problem.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, no use to flying. On the second. And then we'll have our balloons on the top, which is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Our buttons, instead of, I'm so used to just using the old
normal
ones.
Balloons, yeah.
Yeah, the normal ones. There we go. Hopefully when we get in, if I try the thrusters, I don't think it'll work. Yeah, I see thrusters aren't working.
Right, so
it's done that thing where you need to back out and come back in. So usually the first thing once you drop it and you get your thrusters working is make sure you set the turning right.
See, for me and you, it's different because you're on PlayStation, I'm on Xbox, so you have to set it to whatever console and whatever configuration you prefer.
Well, yeah, let's just make sure that it's actually turning, all your thrusters are thrusting in the right directions. Yeah, making sure the helicopter's turning properly. And then you got your forward. And then if we get out of here a bit, we should be able to go up.
That was more like an aeroplane takeoff, that wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. So that's pretty good. And then the biggest thing is just how it drops. So at the moment it's nose heavy.
Which would be good if it was an aeroplane. I think what you've made here is an aeroplane.
A little bit. So now that we know that the nose is heavy, we can go back to our balloons. This is where we start adjusting. So we can add another one on the front and just give it another...
See, this is what I struggled with.
Yeah, so the best way to do it is just do a quick up and down. See, I can already tell it's got too much on it now.
Yeah.
So just do a little bunny hop.
Yeah. So you want to set them back a bit, is that right?
Yeah. So we can get rid of those. And then we can just bring them forward. Perhaps. Just put it up on the wing, maybe. It's all just about fine-tuning and getting a nice bunny hop on the ground so you know it's going to float
straight
nice.
up, straight down. Yeah. The strange thing though is when I built my helicopter copying your design, I put them in the same place as yours, but for whatever reason the game didn't like it and it just wasn't right.
That's the thing too. Everything could just be just a little bit different on everybody's world.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't look too bad, but it still nose heavy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it goes down.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It'd be cool if they'd done a reskin for the balloons, so you didn't have these ugly balloons. You just have like a little stud that had the same properties as a balloon, but just didn't look as ugly.
Yeah, it'd be nice, like the ones on top, but they're actually already floating or workable. So we knew the back was heavy that time, so I moved these back ones back. So that should give it a bit more evenness. Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Much better.
Oops, wrong button. So if we go up and then we start falling. Yeah, there we go. Glides down nicely.
Perfect. And that is a quick how-to balance a helicopter or any air vehicle. And that's also how you crash into
crash land.
Well, that's
there we go. The main thing is just trying out the bunny hop and not getting it too out of control. The other main thing is to remember when you're in the driver's seat, you can press the flip vehicle button if you do flip it upside down, or you can have some materials in your chest to make some balloons to get it out of a sticky situation.
I always forget about the flip vehicle button. I'm sitting there with a fishing rod trying to fish it back the right side.
Yeah, that fishing rod's also good too, but once the vehicles start getting too heavy.
Cool. Right, well, I'm going to end the video there, Paul. So thank you for your time and
excellent, thank you.